Hi everyone, I'm Johnny and today we are reviewing Colonia, or the Colony from 2015. This is a dark and disturbing true story involving a cult-like German settlement in Chile, ironically named Colonia Dignidad, or the Dignity Colony. Colonia Dignidad has been in the media before, but this is the first sizable production covering the colony's crimes. Colonia is set in 1973. The film starts with the two German protagonists caught up in the 1973 Chilean coup d'etat by General Augusto Pinochet, taking power from the Democratic Socialist president Salvador Allende. Pinochet would stay in office as dictator until 1990. The coup and his legacy would see the suppression, arrest, torture, and murder of political opponents. Such tortures and murders took place at Colonia Dignidad, where the majority of the movie is set. Chile's secret police and government developed a relationship with the colony, which was in practice a state within a state. The colony wanted to run its cult-like affairs uninterrupted, and the Chilean secret police found in the colony a place to do the discreet business of torture. It is even thought that the colony had former SS and Gestapo members who assisted and trained Chilean secret police at the colony. Latin America, in particular Chile, saw significant German immigration in the 19th and 20th centuries. Chile and other nations encouraged German immigration to help with their growing industries. Germans were attracted by cheap land, political freedoms, and after the First and Second World Wars, a place to start over without discrimination. Colonia Dignidad was founded in 1961 as a religious colony based on the evangelist teachings of William M. Branham, a deliverance minister who drew big crowds and performed alleged miracles. Founder Paul Schaffer would adopt this manipulative form of Christianity to form a cult. Schaffer found it particularly useful in recruiting Germans to move to Chile by preaching the imminent destruction of Western democracies, and that the new colony would be a spiritual haven. Schaffer, like many cult leaders, was a charismatic leader and a convincing one, heavily leaning on fear to keep his flock in line. He fit right in with Pinochet's new government. The colony subsided on farming and arms production. To the outside world, the colony gave the impression of being a prime example of German pride and efficiency. Schaffer was also a master of propaganda, and the colony had its own press operations and even wooed diplomats at the German embassy whenever possible. Reports of violence and crime were largely ignored. The colony was essentially a fortress. No one could leave without explicit permission. Families were kept separate. Parents did not talk to their children, and men and women lived in separate accommodations. Schaffer directed all aspects of life on the colony, masking it as a lifestyle to obtain purity. In reality, the system was designed so Schaffer could sexually abuse children and cover up his dealings with the Pinochet government. The movie serves as a snapshot at best of the crimes of the colony and Schaffer. Overall, it's a positive thing to highlight the true, disturbing story, but it's amazingly PG for what, if you dig deep, is an incredible horror story. This ultimately makes the movie somewhat shallow, but accessible to a wider audience. Despite this, the movie did horribly in the box office, and is hardly known of despite starring Emma Watson and Daniel Bruhl. The movie has some great suspense, but will leave you wanting to know a ton more about the colony and Schaffer. Ideally, the movie could have expanded on the characters a bit more if the somewhat predictable escape climax of the film was shortened. Alright, I'm Johnny. I can't say this movie is going to be for everyone, but the colony and its crimes are important to learn about. Cults are a timeless human phenomenon, and it's important we learn to recognize them and how they degrade our society. On that note, do like and subscribe to be cleansed of your sin, and have a nice rest of your day.